Hey guys, Dave here. Thanks for joining us. We'll get things going in just under 30 seconds. Hang tight. Hey guys, Dave here. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are at the 80s old school arcade. I'm not ready. I had something come up off to the side here and kind of distracted me right before we started up here. So, yeah, let's get going here. Once again, yes, welcome. This is Dave, and you are here with us at the 80s old school arcade, where we love to replay history. I am Dave. I am the master of being average. Average. I am just your average Dave. Tonight we're going to be bringing you two cool retro games. We're going to do something a little different than what we normally do. Normally we're giving you guys retro arcade games and playing that, or possible retro arcade pinball machines, playing that. Tonight we're going to go old school, and or a different kind of old school I should say, and bring you some ColecoVision. We're going to play some Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. from the ColecoVision. Should be pretty cool. I haven't played these in a long time. It'll be interesting to see like how bad I suck at this stuff. Down in the comments below, let me know what your favorite retro console is. If it's ColecoVision, Atari 2600, home computer of some kind like Commodore 64 or Spectrum or something like that. And let me know like one or two of your favorite games on that system. ColecoVision, it kind of fell in the category with me, pretty much just because of the controllers. You know, I've got one packed away in my basement, and I just don't really like playing the games on there because of the controllers. And it's like, I don't mind playing them on emulation, but yeah, stuff that I've got packed away downstairs is just not enjoyable on those stupid little rectangular controllers with the knobs sticking out of them. I mean, it's kind of crazy. So let's flip over here. This is ColecoVision's Donkey Kong. Now, I will be honest with you, I don't know on this screen which button is represented by what, because the keyboard doesn't work on here, but my joystick does. So we're going to hit the Y button up on top, and we're just going to see what happens. Alright, so the difference is, whoa, did you see that? That was crazy. The barrel went from dropped here and went all the way down to the level with the hammer. Huh. Never saw that happen before. So let's talk old school Donkey Kong. Okay, so you got the arcade version, so that's one thing. Then you had the home versions that came out. The ColecoVision version here is the version that I always wanted to play, because once you've seen the Atari 2600 version, it just sucked. The Atari 2600 version sucked so bad. So it sucked rocks. Oh my god. And this version, I got a big mosquito in here. If you see me like slapping myself, I'm not having some kind of seizure or something. I'm trying to kill this stupid mosquito that's trapped in this room here with me. But, anyway. Uh-oh. Yeah, so the Atari 2600 version was so bad. It consisted of only the first 2 levels that you play over and over again. And it had so many limitations to it. By the time this came out, it was light years better than the 2600 version. The biggest downside, once again, is that stupid controller that you gotta use for the ColecoVision. Now what's interesting here is we got 2 fireballs up there, so I'm guessing I chose a harder difficulty. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh. Yeah, so this version was pretty decent. We had I remember playing it mostly in, they're gonna get me. So we had a JCPenney department store, and in that JCPenney they had one section of the store devoted to, you know, their arcade games, not arcade games, but home consoles. Let's try the X button and see what happens here. So we got a 5 up in the corner. I don't know if that means we're on level 5. Or I got 5 guys left. But yeah, I played the game mostly at that JCPenney. They had all the game consoles spread out on a counter. They had cartridges that you could put into the systems on little chains, so you couldn't walk off with them and steal them. But you could play the consoles and swap the cartridges. They had like 2 or 3 for each system. And I spent many a times at that mall. I'm kind of surprised the employees didn't get on my case because I was there so often. You know, it's not like my parents were there shopping and I was there. I would take the bus, go out to the mall, I'd go to JCPenney, I'd go to Musicland. Go to the arcade. Musicland had an Atari 2600 also with a few cartridges. I'm trying to think if there's any other stores out there. Any other stores out there that had the game systems hooked up ready to go. Oh, if he comes up, I'm so dead. Yeah, so the ColecoVision that was out at JCPenney, I think Sears might have had something too. Like an Atari setup. So the games that I played mostly on the ColecoVision over at JCPenney were this one. And they had Smurfs on there. They had the one where the asteroids come down. Is that Astro Smash or something like that? Now, I will say it is pretty easy to jump these fireballs in this version. In like the Atari 2600 version, it's not impossible, but fireballs are supposed to be hard to jump. So they don't have the springs in this version. Alright, that fireball needs to move. I don't think I can jump up to the top girder from here. Oh no. So what else did they have? No, Astro Smash was actually on the Intellivision. What am I thinking of? Yeah, I can't remember. Venture. They had that on there. Oh, don't come up, don't come up. Oh no. Whoa. Yeah, it's amazing how fast he climbs the ladder. Come on, Mario. Don't come this way. Come on, go this way. My timer's gonna run out. There you go. Booyah! So since playing the system at JCPenney, oh no. So the biggest games I've known to come and love on the system are this game, Venture, Donkey Kong Jr., Zaxxon. Zaxxon I was pretty happy with, because it was actually presented in a 3D fashion, like the arcade games slightly. The Atari 2600 version, if you've ever seen it, it's a straight-on, real funky 2D version of the game. Not very good at all. Now this version, it seems like you can have two barrels on the same girder sometimes. There's some versions like the Atari 2600 where... where you can only have so many sprites doing so many things. A lot of system limitations. You couldn't have two barrels on the same girder coming down at you, so it's like once you had one barrel coming at you, you pretty much knew you're safe from a second one. On this one it looks like, and they had like fireballs on the 2600 version, they stayed on the same girder, they never used the ladders. You gotta... So the sprite detection is horrible on here. Ooh, that was close. Commodore 64 version of the game was pretty decent. It was similar to this, but I would say a little better. You know, if you were rating on a scale of 1 to 10, and back in the day this would be like a 7 or 8. The Commodore 64 would have been like an 8 or a 9, you know. I do remember the Commodore 64 sounds like the sound of Mario running. It's horrible. Just kind of like loud and annoying. Alright, 25,400. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you love the old retro scene, whether it is arcade games or pinball machines or classic consoles, make sure to hit that subscribe button down there underneath the video. We are pumping out like 2, 3, 4 new episodes or shows a week, and usually on each show we're spending about 30 to 40 minutes on 2 different games, kind of showcasing the 2 games that we picked for the day. So this has been Donkey Kong on the ColecoVision. There was the big brother to ColecoVision called Atom. It's kind of a home computer with ColecoVision processing. It never really took off. I remember that being in one of our stores also, and I was always like amazed because they had Dragon's Lair out for it, but they never had it on demo. You couldn't play it or anything. Let's go to Donkey Kong Jr. here while we're waiting. So the ColecoVision Atom had Dragon's Lair. If you know your Dragon's Lair versions, if you think of what was on the Commodore 64, that's the version of Dragon's Lair that you got on the Coleco Atom, and I think it actually loaded off of tape cassette. All right, so this is Donkey Kong Jr. They never had this one out at JCPenney, but this is one that I've played on my home system quite a bit. Not lately though, so don't be surprised if I suck it up pretty quick here. If you've ever wanted to see one of those, quote-unquote most horrible games of all time, if you thought Donkey Kong was bad on the Atari 2600, you should check out Donkey Kong Jr. Maybe, and I guess don't go out of your way to see it, but maybe YouTube it or something, because it is horrible. Object of this screen is just to push all the keys up to the top that frees Papa Kong. There's, in the arcade game and other versions, there's a little more. There's that mosquito. Where did he go? That's gonna be like the entertainment of the day. If you hear me scream, that means you got me. Kind of weird because Donkey Kong Jr. jumps like abnormally far in this version of the game. Which makes it kind of hard on the third screen, where you got the moving platform down at the bottom. Oh, that stupid mosquito, he's gonna die. I hope I got him, because... Oh, this is the screen I was just talking about. Now that I'm like slapping myself from the mosquito. See, he has that weird abnormal like super far hop, which I guess helps in some cases, but it's just kind of awkward to try and time some of these jumps. Oh, seriously? He looks so stupid in that jump. Oh, that was dumb. I rushed that. I don't think you can jump off of these. I'm just gonna see how far it goes. There we go. It's a good thing they didn't come any lower, because... Uh-oh. I'm coming, ColecoKong. Alright, so now we go back to the key level. This could be the fastest I ever cleared this level. Oh, that was close, he came down. Yeah, Mario doesn't really look like Mario in this game. I think they could have nailed that a little better. Oh no. How many guys do I have? Oh, I got two guys left. This level doesn't get too much harder. Oh, there's that mosquito. Oh, he's gone. He's like a ninja. He like shows up and he just disappears. Like, he'll fly against like the black... Oh, there he is. Oh, he was trying to munch me. Got him. Sucker! Hopefully there's not, like, multiples in here. Who wants to see a dead mosquito? Mosquito! It's munching on my arm. So I don't know, what were we talking about? I don't remember now. Oh, how Mario looks in this game. Oh! I don't know why I can't get that super jump in there. I notice they don't drop eggs in this version, which is kind of takes a lot of the danger out. Now the chains are kind of short up here. Oh, he didn't get me. Bad sprite detection. There we go. Yeah, ColecoVision had an okay run. You know, it wasn't the best, but they had lot of games out that were found on other consoles, and they were a little better versions. It's like Frogger and Qbert and Star Wars and... So he had a bunch of games on ColecoVision. It was pretty decent. I don't know how big the Atom library was. I'll have to like Google it and take a look at like how many Atom specific games there were. I'm not even sure if there's like an Atom emulator. There must be out there. 'Cause there's like an emulator for everything out there, but I should look that up though, because I've never looked into an Atom, Coleco Atom emulator. So, obviously you've noticed by now it's missing the 4th level, which is the little electric spark level that you normally find in Donkey Kong. Which is okay. I mean, this game, just to have 3 levels, back in the day of... oh boy. Back in the day of massive limitations to home ports of games. Whoops. Didn't realize I had my hand on that left vine over there. Alright, let me try and get this super jump this time. Oh, that was my last Donkey Kong Jr. Alright, so 62,800, not too shabby for not playing DK Jr. for such a long time. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a 30-second break. We are going to come back here. And normally I said we were just going to go with Donkey Kong Jr. We're going to play a quick game of Zaxxon since it's a little early yet. I don't feel like doing another game of Junior just because we can get pretty far. Gets a little repetitive after time. But I'm going to take a 1-minute break and get some food, and we'll be right back with some Zaxxon. All right, we are back here. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us. This is Dave with the 80s Old School Arcade. We have the snack of champions here. You're going to laugh at this. We got a portion of a glass of Kool-Aid. And I went to grab some cheese and crackers, and I could not find our crackers. So I've got one slice of fake cheese, Velveeta cheese, that I usually fold up in squares and put on the crackers. We're just going to eat the damn cheese raw. Alright, so we are playing Zaxxon here. Like I said, I don't know what my buttons are pressing for skill levels. I think it's all one player. Yeah, this is just disgusting, eating cheese plain like this. So yeah, not the greatest version of the game, but like I said, light years ahead of the Atari 2600. If you haven't seen the Atari 2600 version of this game, I would totally recommend that you hit YouTube and at least look it up to see what I'm talking about. This level is like never ending. Oh, we're finally going to outer space, I think, which isn't really outer space. Here we go. You know, it's kind of interesting. Ooh, we got like double space going on. I was talking earlier about how difficult it is to control the ColecoVision's little rectangular controller with a knob on it. Oh, here's Zaxxon already. Oh boy. That's a weird looking Zaxxon. The game doesn't seem too difficult. Plus they give you a lot of lives. And I wonder if they do that because of the difficult controls, that people made more mistakes back in those days using those controllers. Kind of taking some extra risks that I probably shouldn't be taking, but... Oh, smart missile. Oh, you got me. Forgot about those guys. Can't remember if you need to be at the same level as Zaxxon to hit that smart missile. So here's the question, is it coming back? Oh, is it coming back again? Or was it like a one-time thing? Oh, there it is. force field actually didn't show up on the screen until it was like halfway across the screen. Kind of shady. Ha. All right. And yeah, I forgot to turn that little video off from doing a replay. Alright, thanks for hanging out with us. This is Dave at the 80s Old School Arcade. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to check out more shows and video games from the 80s, 90s, and today. Mostly classic, old school stuff. The other day we were playing some Apex Legends, so we break in with some newer stuff every once in a while. But mostly it's retro, and love doing 2 or 3 games for you during these shows. And like I said, down in the comments, make sure to throw down there what 1 or 2 of your favorite ColecoVision games that you remember from the olden days. And maybe if it's something different than what we played here today, we'll break those out on a different recording. And I get those played as a dedication to you guys. So this is Dave. I'm out of here. Peace out. Have a good night.